Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Here we are at 8 p.m., and we are changing our time slot an hour earlier so we can get done and be sure that we are all 4 a.m. Warriors. I'll let some people hop on since we are on our new time slot, just seeing who wants to hop on here early. And I do have a special guest to begin the show. You won't even believe who is starting out, so I'll let everybody kind of pile on there for a minute. And I do hope we had a great weekend, everybody. And we are in full swing of things right now. I mean, kids are back to school. It'll be really the first week of full school and schedule and everything else. So we are going to get moving. And hold on, here we go. I think our special guests are ready to hop on the show. So we do have some special guests. Let me introduce first. We have Mr. Bear. Look at that, guys. Holy cow. I never thought I'd see Mr. Bear on this show. And who's our other guest here? Mr. Bull. Can you believe it, guys? Do you guys like the new time slot at 8 p.m.? I think that's a yes. I have no idea. I'm not a really good puppet master here. But anyway, I do have a question for Mr. Bear. Mr. Bear, are you guys going to be hibernating soon and going down? You are? Oh, that's great. The market looks like the Bears want to go down. And Mr. Bull, do you want to say anything before you hop off? You do? What is it? What? You want to take Mr. Bear down? Oh, my goodness, that was crazy, guys. So there you go, a little puppet show. And I did pick them up this weekend on Facebook Marketplace. I saw them, and I was like, I have to get them for the show. So I think we'll have a little bit of fun with Mr. Bear and Mr. Bull there in the future. So just two guys to introduce to this show. Hope you guys enjoy them. And there you are. So yeah, I hope you guys had a great weekend. 8 p.m. time slot now for our night show. And let's get cruising, guys, and see what's going on. Let me hop over here so you guys can see the charts. And let's rock and roll. We'll go right through the list. Football started this weekend. Luis Rodriguez said he loved it. And Doge Mama 9, hope you enjoyed it as well, and everybody else. And Mehmet, we'll look up SUPX. Don't worry about that. And so post whatever you guys want to look at, and we'll get through the market and see what's going on. And Mr. Bear says, I'm tired. See you with my friends, the groundhog. That's right, guys, because it looks like them Bears are going to be going down right now real soon. I'll tell you that. We know that market's been setting up. Let's just look real quick. It says the yen slides after Japan PM Prime Minister Ishiba resigned. Their prime minister resigned. I had no idea. There you go. That's why we tune into the show. I didn't even see that. 7:57. That must have just happened not long ago, huh? So there you go. How about that, laptop travel? Did you even know that just happened? Japan's prime minister resigned. Holy cow, that's pretty big. And the stock futures are a little changed as Wall Street awaits a key inflation data. Detroit's car makers to save billions in Trump's emissions rollback and stock market. Bulls are banking on rate cuts. CPI inflation data will have much to say about what comes next. And traders brush off inflation risk as they bet on a smooth rate path. Guys, the rates are getting lowered down. It's probably already factored in. We've known this for 2 months now. So it's nothing new to us. We've been looking at these charts and we already know exactly what's going on. And they could be somewhat factored in already. So I wouldn't go that crazy. Obviously, the market will react and like it, but I don't think it's going to be that crazy unless they did like 0.50, but that would be out of control, ridiculous, and they don't need to. Remember, before the election, they did do that. They did have a rate cut of 0.50, and I was saying I have to go back and pull that because I'm telling you, it was crazy that they were even cutting the rates back then, and let alone being a 0.50. And I said it was just set up to kind of screw the next person getting in because they had already known at that point from the stock charts that there was no way Biden had won that thing. So anyway, let's cruise right through and see what's going on. And Laptop Travel posted the overnight watch list, and he's hitting some hot keys lesson guide. So pretty good stuff there. He's sharing a great biotech catalyst in his deep dive report, so you can check out everything Laptop Travel does. And here we go and do everything that we do here. And ORIS right here was pulling back a little bit, and this is the week where it's going to get moving. If it's going to get moving, guys, look at that 20 curling up on it. It's in that spot right here. So this is where we want to keep an eye on it. And I'm pretty sure Raya right here will be the last week as well. I'm pretty sure they do have a reverse split vote. I'm not sure what day it is, but I think it's at the beginning of the week. I can't promise you anything because you know me with news, and I don't see it down here. So, but I'm pretty sure that they do have that happening. And so we'll keep an eye on that one, and especially for the reverse split and after that. So that's what we're going to be looking, or it might just be a reverse split vote. I'm not exactly sure. We'll keep an eye on it this week and just see what it looks like. It's been in the basement, had that nice run up, pulling back a little flat, and the 20 setting up. So we'll keep an eye on this Raya right here. How about our open doors? A beauty, guys. I mean, we already knew it was going up and should run up some more tomorrow morning. I would assume it looks pretty good. We'll see how the market opens after the weekend. Futures are slightly green right now, so we'll see exactly what happens in the morning. And I will be up early, guys. So let's do the 4 a.m. Warrior thing and start that getting fired up, and we'll start crushing the market 4 a.m. and every time in between from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then we'll do the show and just do it all over again with crypto and everything else. So Laptop Travel, you did know about the Prime Minister, plus the Prime Minister of Thailand got fired. How? Well, that's pretty wild. Who fires him? Thailand. I don't even know who the heck would fire. I guess they have a government too, so I guess that's who fires them. Anyway, QMCO right here. Let's look at these guys because they are looking a little bit better. Look at that curl up right there, and I think we do get moving. We had known they were pulling back a little bit to get set up, and it looks like that setup's coming here, guys. So we'll cruise right through the quantum and computer hardware ones because they were looking pretty decent. RGTI, not bad right there, getting set up. And your QUBT, that was up, and look at it, is getting set up. We had known these were bottoming out right here, and I do think you're going to get cruising right now. QBTS, that's another one that's going to be looking pretty decent. Look at it coming up to the line. It looks like it bottomed out down there, and then once it gets set up, your 20s real close to it. And the market does want to get cranked up there. We already looked at QMCO, and I meant to put QTUM in there, the Quantum Defiance ETF. And look at that bad boy getting set up right there, crossing through, looking good. So maybe a little pullback, but nothing crazy. IONQ, that had a little bit of pullback, but again, that's getting bullish as well and should roll right off. And let's see what Z-Space is doing down here, and that is ZSPC, and it's been pulling back. We've been watching it. I think we're getting the bottom territory on this one, so I'll let you guys know. And Raya, Laptop Travel has some info on them. They are still set for the final vote on the reverse split. All Class A and B ordinary shares at ratio between 1 to 120 and 1 for 220. So they're still waiting on that. And so, yeah, I knew that something was going on there. So just be careful with that one, with the reverse split in effect or happening, or something's happening there. And anyway, how about RCAT right here, RCAT? And that thing's not looking too bad right there. I wrote down SoundHound. It's the last one, but that is looking really good as well. So you can keep an eye on that one. Here's our big cats right here, LGHL. Look at that thing trying to get out of the basement. So that looks like it just bottomed out and might pop up a little bit tomorrow. That might be good. And our cheetah right here, CTNT, that actually isn't looking too bad either. I remember looking at it the other day, and it was starting to curl up there. So it's not through the MACD, but it's sitting on that 20 right there. I'll look at it tomorrow. And JAGX is another one that had been beaten down, way down, and started to move the other day on Friday. So there you go with JAGX and your big cats, and the other ones, Lion and Cheetah right there. And let's keep on cruising right through and see what UNH. This one looks real good, guys. It was up a little bit and looks like it wants to keep on rolling up there. We'll look at it tomorrow, but it does look good. And Oscar's been looking good right here, and that's been jumping up and did Friday right there. So there you go at your OSCR, looking healthy to continue its way up, I must say. And let's take a look at that ABTC. It didn't look bad on Friday. Remember, it did pull back the other day. It did the reverse split, ran up big time in the morning, and then pulled back. And now it's starting to try to bounce off that 20 area. And looks like it could be trying to curl back up ABTC right there. So you can see it spiked up, but not looking bad to set back up. And that is that Trump company that did merge the other day. And here's Pew is another one. And it, like we were talking about the other day, it was jumping up there, and that does look pretty good for PEW. So the Trump company's looking a little better. They needed them to run down so they could get great opportunities like NCPL. That's getting down there. And this PSQH has been looking pretty good, guys. And it did pull back, but this one looks like it's trying to get set up right here. So we'll be keeping an eye on that this week as well. And there you go with some Trump companies. How about that Gush? It was pulled back there to your trend line, but looks like it wants to bounce back up. So we'll be keeping an eye. I'm not sure what happened with oil and gas there. It looks like it wants to roll off and cruise. I think OPEC did something, but we'd have to look it up. I forget what it was, and I don't see it up there. I think I saw maybe earlier. I will see when we see the oil and gas ones. Let's just look and see if we see anything happen today. Here we go. No, I don't see anything there on Oxy. Usually it'll have the news. But anyway, let's keep on cruising. RBNE right here. That Robin had pulled back just a little bit. And then love when this thing pulls back like this. It always gets set back up to run up. And it is looking pretty good there. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And that TMDE right here. Both of them are looking pretty good. This one's looking even better, I must say. TMDE right here. Looking a little better at the moment. Let's look at it. And these ones are oil and gas ones. And there you go. That is looking pretty good in that channel. So definitely keeping an eye on them and our oil and gas and Gush and that stuff. And there's BOIL right here. It did pop up. We mentioned it the other day, and it popped up the very next day. It was running up. You're hitting a little resistance to pull back to set back up there. But that is what BOIL looks like. And we can look at cold KOLD. And again, that one's just jumping up. I don't think it's really going to get over. It could bounce over to 20 slightly right there. But you can see it has hard resistance. It's not getting through that. So just as BOIL gets set up, obviously cold will want to run a little bit right there. And that is your BOIL and cold report. And OCGN right there was kind of flat. It's been a little flat for like 2 days, but it's still looking really good. So we were super early and been tracking that one. And BMNR had been pulling back here. That is the Ethereum treasury, and it is looking a little bit better. We'll see if it wants to pull back anymore this week. So I'll keep an eye on these ones. And this SBET as well. You can see that pulling back. And UPXI as well. So they could be trying to bottom out there. Crypto's not looking bad. We'll obviously go through that as well. But there's your crypto treasury ones. And this Mobileye was running up the other day. On Friday, it had a little bit of a run up, nothing too crazy, then pulled back. As you can see, it ran up Thursday, and that one is trying to set up to go up a little bit higher. And we've been watching that one, and Ample right here has been getting set up. And here you go with Ample getting running up. So that's looking pretty good right there, I must say. And I know Money Marks like that one. And speaking of which, we should have the small cap show tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so you can tune into that. I'm not sure if I'll have Mr. Bull and Mr. Bear on the show, but and for those of you that just tuning in, I have 2 new puppets. Here's our new puppets that are going to be our fun things to do on the show, Mr. Bull and Mr. Bear right there. So we'll have a good time with them guys. And anyway, so I did a little fun puppet show at the beginning, like we're all 5 years old, I guess. Anyway, I'm 5, and here we are. Ample right there is looking good. And again, the small cap show is tomorrow. So Money Mark, I know, likes this one. That's what made me think of it. And that Pew isn't looking bad. EPIX right here. This thing's going to be getting set up, and it's going to be a good price down here. So that's why we were watching it last week. Let me take a quick look at it tomorrow, but it's getting there. Probably has like Wednesday. It might be really good. So definitely keep an eye on that. News on oil, President Trump's ultimatum, the Hamas plus the mysterious cutting of the Red Sea undersea fiber cables. So yeah, that's pretty wild right there. And let's keep on cruising, and I'll go through, see everything. Kraft Heinz is looking pretty good to get set up, guys. Look at this thing. And we know they're getting divorced right here. The company's splitting up, but it does look pretty good, I must say. So not sure why, but it does look set up right there. Remember, it's set up the other day, and I said something was going on. And the very next day, they named that the company's splitting up. It was pretty bizarre right there. But anyway, DNN, here we go with Denson Mines. And I know, I'm telling you guys, this uranium one, we've been talking about this one as well on the small cap show, and it keeps on cruising up there, just stair-stepping, had a little pullback, nothing bad. But it does look pretty healthy for good old Denson Mines. And even your uranium ones, there's only a few of them. We looked at them before. And just cruising down the list right here. That one looked like it might be pulling back. Let's see. Some of them actually might be pulling back a little bit. DNN still looks pretty healthy right there, but could have a little tiny pullback this week. So let's watch that one and see if we catch a good price. How about Abbott right here? Abbott Laboratories. This is a medical device company, and this has been looking good. And I went through the scanners and found some pretty decent ones, guys. So we have some pretty good ones coming up here at the bottom of the list. I can tell you that. And here is, who was helping me, Mr. Bull and Mr. Bear. They were getting the list together today. So they definitely were helping out. And ABT, this one's not looking bad right there. That could be one of that's going to be bullish. And NXTT, we've been talking about this, keeps popping up on the scanners. Look at this thing way down there. And it's going to have some pop-ups as it's setting up there. And I've been keeping an eye on this thing, just watching it pull back. We'll get that exact spot, but you might start to see it curl up. And whether it gets through the MACD immediately, we'll see about that. But of course, it will run up as it curls up. And Zach does love Mr. Bull and Mr. Bear additions to the show. So thank you, Zach. Appreciate that. And I just thought we'd have a little bit of fun. And anyway, NXTT, and that looks like it could be getting fun pretty soon. And this neon right here, I know it ran up the other day. It was a beauty, like just running around like crazy the other day. It did pull back some. We'll keep an eye on this bad boy and watch when it wants to exactly get bottomed out, because this is going to be another good one right here. You're just going to have a little setup period this week, and I'll keep an eye on it tomorrow, let you guys know, because I'm pretty sure we'll be jumping back into that one and running it up. It has a lot of space right there. So just be a little patient with neon, and it'll start to glow really soon right there. And QNS right here was looking pretty good. It was run up the other day. Looks like it could continue its momentum. Now, some of these momentum ones are tough over the weekend and into the Monday. You just never know exactly how they're going to open up on Monday. Not that you know exactly every day, but them 2 days seem to be pretty wild. I don't know why. It's so weird. This one looks like it's pretty much bottoming out right there and trying to run up some more. So keep your eye on SQNS right there. That Vikings looking good, VKTX right here. And that did jump up a little bit on Friday, but look at that setup right there. And the Viking, definitely keep your eye on that one as it curls up to that MACD. We'll see if it gets through, but it still will run up as it curls up. And LMT, Lockheed Martin. And remember, we were looking at this run up. We saw it bottom out too. And this one is popping up there, looking pretty good for LMT, good old Lockheed Martin. And yeah, that one still looks pretty healthy right there. So I would say you have some movement. And BTU right here is Peabody Energy. And this one was running up the other day. We'll have to see if it can continue. I know it has that resistance right there. So we'll see if it can bounce off of that or over it and then bounce off of it, or if it's going to hit it and bounce down. And it didn't really give you too much of a look going in. It looked like it would want to keep going up. And again, we have this weekend, so we'll see in the morning, and I'll be up early to check it out and see what is going on at the 4 a.m. and see how the market is running. ABR right here, Arbor Reality Trust. Look at this thing right here, guys. This thing's getting set up as well, and that's trying to crawl through. So keep your eye on ABR right there, and that looks like it could be a little bit of a runner as well. And it was running up a little bit. And ARI right here, ARI, Apollo Commercial Real Estate Finance, a mortgage one, another RET one. That was the same thing as last one. And the ABR, see that same sector right there. And this is getting into the top and has a good possibility to continue to run up there tomorrow. So another one to keep an eye on right there. And BIIB, I just typed in boob though. That was pretty funny. BIIB, Biogen right here. And let's see what that's doing. That is not looking too bad. It's kind of hitting that trend line and looks like it wants to come up. We could see a little bit of pullback as it sets up. Let me see if I can type it in right this time. And there you go. I don't know. It looks pretty healthy going up there. I don't know what they have going on here. But anyway, Abby V's neuroscience portfolio something. I don't even know. But anyway, that is a drug manufacturer. I know that. I just don't know what they have going on. But it did catch my eye earlier. And AMAT right here is Applied Materials, Semiconductor Equipment. And this thing looks pretty good. Look at that thing crawling up right there. Not looking bad. says it pulled back a little bit in the after hours. Let's see. I mean, it looks pretty strong to me and hitting that MACD. We'll see what it wants to do in the morning right there. But that's another one we're going to be keeping on the list. And how about OMC? I think that's what it is. Omnicon right there. That one is looking like it wants to roll right off. So a bunch of them that look pretty good. And again, if it wasn't a weekend, I'd say some of these guys would be running up there with no problem. So we'll be keeping an eye on some of these in the morning, see if we can catch some momentum off of them. But a lot of good setups right there. AppLovin right here was looking good in the after hours. And that thing might be the one to keep an eye on right there as it has that momentum cruising up. It opened at 504. It got all the way to 537 and it closed at 521. And AppLovin could be cruising. So that might be one right there, Laptop Travel, that we keep an eye on. I don't know if it moves that much real early in the morning, but that thing's not looking bad. And ESLT is a aerospace and defense one right here, Elbit Systems. And this thing's just kind of lagged out, but you can see it's in a nice bullish trend, and it's just cruising along right there. So any pullbacks are probably gifts, and it probably wants to roll off that MACD, as you can see. So you might want to keep an eye on that one, ESLT. And RDDT right here, Reddit. Mr. Bear said he's keeping an eye, or Mr. Bull said he's keeping an eye on this one. Mr. Bear, he's going to hibernate, I was going to say, because these things are setting up guys to run. Look at this thing getting into the top right here. And it does have that resistance, but that's like another $10 away just about. And it's not looking too bad right there for Reddit. And another one, obviously, if it doesn't get through right now, but looks real good off that 20 and curling up, it'll get through the very next time. So I don't think it'll be very long, and it could continue to run. NET Cloudflare right here was looking nice, and that was rolling up. So a lot of great ones right here to keep an eye on for this week, and obviously going into a Monday over the weekend. So NET, good old net right there. That's good. CoreWeave, that one's looking really nice right here. CoreWeave CRWV, it was pulling back, but you might get that roll off that MACD as it's been trying to bottom out. And obviously, I've been watching this thing, and we might see that bottom. I'll look at that tomorrow, but look how it's trying to curl up right there. And it isn't a bearish trend. Maybe it'll get turned right back around. It very well could right there with CoreWeave. And then Salesforce CRM has been way down as well. And this thing was pulled back, bottomed out down there at August 12th, little dip down the other day on earnings. And now it looks like it's pretty good to try to get rolling. So keep your eye on CRM. Look at that curl up right there, guys. So CRM looking real good. And how about Snapchat? Snapchat and Reddit both looking good. Snapchat was way down here. Look at that. And that thing's looking pretty good to get cruising. So there you go, guys. There's a bunch of them that are really good setups right there. And Baltimore and Buffalo are starting their Sunday night game right now. So keep you updated on the NFL action. Hope you guys enjoyed that. But yeah, Snapchat not looking bad right there. Plenty of kids are on Snapchat right now, I'm sure. So there you go with that list. And let's go ahead and look at our laptop travel list. We'll see what's going on and roll through them. I actually went through, marked a couple. I'm not going to maybe skip like 4 of them. So nothing crazy. And then we'll look at our Joey's Jams, go through our SPY, Mag 7, Big Cap, see what's going on, and then take a look and see what you guys want to look at. And Luis Rodriguez was saying CoreWeave may go sideways for a couple weeks. They're dealing with shorts and a side seller right there. So, yeah, one that we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on for sure. And it was cruising up. You'll probably, like I said, you'll probably have some bounces right here. And it is in that bearish trend right there, but you're probably going to get turned back around probably right around here. So you do have a little bit of time, but again, we'll find that bottom area before it wants to pop up there, and then we'll catch it on the way up. That's how I look at it. So yes, sir, on that one, Luis Rodriguez. And let's go ahead and take a look and see what is going on with our laptop travel list, because that first one right there, ALBT, was looking good. Avalon Globo Care, whatever it is, and I always say it's a flooring company, but it's a real estate company, and we were talking about it the other day. and it was looking pretty good. And that's why, because it's been running up for the last 4 days. And if it gets over that 50 tomorrow, it's really going to be cruising there. And this other one, Aqua Metals, we were talking about this one not long ago, and this thing is getting set up. It was running up there Friday. So AQMS right here, not looking bad right there. So I would keep an eye on that. And B Hat is good old Blue Hat Interactive Entertainment. And we're familiar with this company. And it is trading between that 20 and 50, just bouncing around. So probably a good one to take a look at if you want to look at one that's bouncing around a lot, because look at all them bounces right there. And it'll continue its way up. And BIVI right here was looking pretty good as well. And let's look, BIVI. There you go, BioV, and they just had their earnings right there, and that thing's getting cruising onto that 20. Looks like it wants to come out of the basement finally. So definitely keep an eye on BIVI right there. Look at that thing. That is looking really good, I must say. And even this one's looking good too, really good. BMGL right here. This thing looks like it's trying to get set up in the right spot, so you might want to keep an eye on that. So some really good ones on this list. You can see that, and that thing is trying to get curled up. So watch that guy. And Bren Miller was looking good too. BNRG right here, and we know that's a renewable energy, I believe. But this thing looks like it wants to roll off that MACD. Looked even better on this chart. And look at that thing, 20 and 50 meeting up, and bam, that thing looks really good right there, guys. So keep an eye on good old Bren Miller. That is looking nice, BNRG. And we were talking about this branch out food the other day, saying that was setting off BOF, I called it. And that thing is running up there. Looks pretty good to run up a little more, BOF. And let's take a look and see what CLR. Oh, this one was looking really good. Clear one. That looks like it's going to continue its momentum right there. So it could be a clear one tomorrow if you take a look at it. Look at that thing, 415 to 675. It closed at 523, and not looking bad for CLRO right there. And that's one to keep your eye on for tomorrow as well. HPAI right here, Hellport AIL, or yeah, Hellport AI LTD right there. And that thing's on the 20 curling up and looking pretty good as well. And let's look at KZR right here. Kaiser Life Sciences hitting some resistance. So we'll see if it pulls back right there. But it was running up, and like I said, hitting some resistance. We'll see what it can do tomorrow. Red Hill Biopharma right here was looking like it was in a good spot, running up from Friday. And we'll see if it wants to keep that momentum. And let's look at that YIBO right here and see what Planet Image is doing. It was running up Thursday, pulling back Friday, and we'll just see if that was some healthy pullback. And there you go with your laptop travel list. A lot of great ones right there. And we'll go ahead and look at our Jolie's Jams and see what's going on with them. And here we go, RYM right here. And that is Rhythm, and it used to be Agrify. And it ran up right before they changed the name, pulling back, but looks like it wants to set up to run up a little bit more. This is a cannabis one, and it's not looking bad to roll off. So keep your eyes on RYM right there. And how about your Blink Charging? A little bit flat right there on the pullback. We'll see if that wants to roll off. We'll look at it tomorrow. Sterling was trying to get set up. I saw it pulling back. It was running around a little bit on Friday. Still setting up right there, but it will be getting bullish. So we'll be keeping an eye on STRL tomorrow to see what it wants to do. And Sezzle right here is trying to get set back up. It's not ready just yet, you can see. And maybe that's its bottom. The 20's getting real close, and it wants to roll off and bounce off that bottom. And you know, Sezzle can make some crazy moves, guys. So we will keep an eye just to make sure it doesn't want to pull back anymore. So I'll keep you posted on that one. And Rivian right here was up a little bit, but that one popped up, bounced back a little. I guess it was a little healthy, and it does look like it wants to run up as your 20 and 50 and everything are curling up for it. So obviously, over the 2-day weekend, it's sometimes hard, but it does look pretty good. Symbotic was running up, and this looks like a really good one, guys. And that thing could get moving. SYM right there. So you might want to keep an eye on good old Symbotic. If that gets crossed up, that 20 will roll it up and push it right up there, right behind it. And how about Nike was dipping down a little bit more, and we could see a little more dip down with Nike. And DXYZ could see a little more dip down as that gets set up. We know that has some serious time, so just let that get set up, and the market's moving a little slower, allowing them to set up right there. And let's go ahead and look at our SPY, Big Caps, Mag 7, all them guys, and then we'll take a look and see what you guys want to see. And here we go. I can shot out of a cannon at 8:30. I like this earlier time slot, to be honest with you. I do sometimes around like 8:30, I'm like, oh man, I gotta keep myself up to do the show at 9. And then obviously once we start doing it, we're good. But you've seen I've gotten tired before. This is nice doing it a little earlier, and we'll continue to do it at 8 p.m. throughout the winter. At least maybe on during the summer times we'll change it back to 9 p.m., but then we'll go right back to 8 in the winter time. It seems to be a better fit probably. And yes, Wolf just actually posted the spaces tomorrow at 1 p.m. So the small cap show will be tomorrow at 1. So be sure to tune in. I'll make sure I repost the link and everything for you guys so you can check that out. And there we go. And again, we'll be up at 4 a.m. and we'll continue to get up at 4 a.m. or right before 4 a.m. and hop on for our 4 a.m. Warrior, and we will crush the market, like I said. And there's some great setups coming up, guys. This might need a week or two, but we still see some beauties that are getting set up, and we'll really start crushing the Discord and getting crazy in it now. So here we go. Let's roll through our SPY, Big Caps, Mag 7, because we'll look at them tomorrow morning. So we'll just kind of fly through. You guys can go ahead and watch the Ravens and Bills game and enjoy the rest of your weekend. But let's first get through all this. SPY was pulled back. It was jumped up pretty well on Friday, hitting all-time highs. And then it did pull back there at the end of the day. So we'll take a look at it. And futures were slightly up. So, and again, you still have that slight pullback as this thing's trying to get set up, like getting through the MACD. So you could have a week or so where it's bouncing around, but I don't see any major sell-offs coming up here. So I doubt you're going to see any huge corrections, maybe a little bit of pullback. And every time it looks like it wants to pull back, it jumps up. Every time it looks like it wants to jump up, it pulls back a hair. And that is what the look is, to be honest with you. But that is what's going on until they get completely set up and can get running and get really cruising there. And here you go at Apple right here in a great spot. Little bit of pullback, and obviously ran up pretty big last week. So it could be trying to top out. You could see could have a little bit of pullback happening there tomorrow as it comes down and tries to roll right back off. So that's what we'll be looking for tomorrow. And there's Amazon had been run up, looking good the other day, and then started to pull back as well. So you could see a red day tomorrow is what it looks like from here. And obviously we have to wait going over the weekend. They don't let you look at anything. It's crazy. You can never tell. Google does look good staying in the top right there. We'll see how much it wants to pop up, if any more. It could get topped out right there as well. So just be careful with Google. And Meta right here was trying to jump up, hitting that 20. And I think Zuckerberg, weren't they all at like a White House dinner, and he wasn't even prepared for it or something? And he, I guess he didn't know the numbers for something. I don't know exactly what it was. You know, my reading comprehension's garbage. But I just know Trump turned around to Melania and was like, he's not even prepared. I did understand that part when I read it, and I was laughing. But anyway, Meta, I'm telling you, it looks good, but maybe it doesn't get through just yet. And it's still getting some setup time for this week. And again, we thought there was going to be a week or so, maybe 2 weeks more setup before this market really gets popping. And and that's exactly when the rates should be coming in. I don't know the exact date of when the Fed meeting is. It could be the September 19th. I think I might have heard that. Maybe I'm making it up. Does anyone know when that is? Luis Rodriguez or Laptop Travel or anyone know when the Fed is where Powell's supposed to speak and discuss the rates? Because he's dropping them. I thought I X'd out of it. But I mean, look at that thing. It's not jumping off a cliff. I can promise you that. As a matter of fact, the node just keeps going lower. And yeah, you're not going to see that thing jump off a cliff. Not now when you have the 50 DPS or BPS decrease jumping over the no. I mean, that has a better shot right now than no does. So yeah, that is pretty wild if you look at it. The 0.50 decrease has a better shot than no decrease this month. And again, we knew there was going to be a decrease. It wasn't even a question. And I do think it'll be a 0.25. And so there you are. And let's go ahead and look at Microsoft right there. It took a little bit of a hit on Friday. we've been waiting for it to get run down there. I mean, it had run up so much, and there is your pullback. We should have been shorting it when we knew it was topping out there, to be honest with you, because it's been pulling back ever since. And that 20 could push it down a little bit more right there. And obviously, not the easiest look at the moment, but yeah, it is getting pulled back a little bit. So we will keep an eye on that one. And let's just take a look real quick at the MSFD. Oh, let me type it in. MSFD right here. That is the bear one. And that does look pretty good to try to run up right there for that ETF. So we can look at some of them in the morning as well when the market's moving around and we can get a better idea. And how about NVIDIA is pulling back, and that looks like it's pulling back some more. And Tesla looks like it's about to take off, guys. And them robo taxis are crazy. I'll tell you what, everyone's talking about robo taxis, but Tesla's nuts, I'm telling you. So keep your eyes on Tesla because it's looking really good. And let's go through the rest of them. AMC's looking pretty good, guys. I'm not going to lie. And GameStop's been trying to get set back up. And Chewy's been a monster right here. We've been talking about it, and it keeps going up. And even Unity's jumping up big time as well. So them guys are looking good. Netflix did pull back some, and we'll see if it wants to pull back a little bit more. It'll still be healthy. You can see that 2050 meeting up. It'll be fine, but it did have a little bit of pullback right there. And AVGO, it jumped up right here and then pulled back in the after hours. And remember, they had earnings the other day. So there you go. And that did jump up. We might see a little bit of pullback as it like really jumped up there for AVGO. And how about your MU? That was up as well. And most of them were up from AVGOs. Running up there on the earnings. TSM looking pretty good right there. And I don't know if it's going to get through, but again, it just allowed it to get up at the right spot, have resistance, trading these channels as it gets set up to get through. And it's a beauty right there. So absolutely find these bottoms on these dips because there are good opportunities. SMCI could level down a little bit, and then it'll get rolling. So we're watching that. AMD had some good pullback right there, and we'll watch that one pull back at the moment, and that one's going to get set up. It was starting to get really bullish there, and then 20 said no way and rejected it. And so now it's got to get some steam again, get rolling back up, and it'll get cruising. But that'll be a great opportunity as well. And QCOM has been looking good as well for a little while here. I know it was running up a little bit. They do have a dividend right there. And we'll see if it wants to roll back off that MACD right there tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on QCOM. And Snow was trying to run back up. Remember, that had run way up. It got into the top, pulled back here. And we'll see if that Thursday was that dip down and it wants to curl back up for Snow. And good old PayPal had dipped down there and has a little more dippage in it. So we'll see what that wants to do. And again, that one's a tough one to look at or be able to tell, honestly. It looks like it's trying to reverse and pop off that MACD if I had to take my best guess from looking at the chart. But over the weekend, they're just tough to look at. They're never really easy, to be honest with you. And we do great as soon as the market starts moving. And we will be on, well, I won't be on live, but we'll be trading at 4 a.m. with the 4 a.m. Warriors this week. So be ready for all that, and we will be crushing it there. Intel right here might have a little more pullback right here as the government wanted a stake in the company, and that's not a good idea. And it looks like it's pulling back some. How about Dell also? Looks like it bottomed out, but another one. Look at these things. They're curled up, and now they pull back as they hit the MACDs or get up there. They run up and they're curling, and then they're pulling back right here. So again, could have a couple days where they slightly pull back just to get set back up, and they're all making great progress. IBM's been looking good. And don't be surprised if that pulls back a little to get set up. And Palantir looks like it wants to come down a little bit more. It was really trying to set up there. And again, these things could be completely reversed around tomorrow morning. And there's Sophie. That's getting set up, but it could have that little bit of pullback. We'll see what it wants to do. And we know Mara and Riot been looking great right here. And crypto is getting ready, guys. I'm telling you, I've been telling you guys that. But it is seriously getting ready. CleanSpark right there looks pretty decent as well. And how about our buddy MicroStrategy? That was up. That's trying to curl up, and that is looking pretty good. And I know that the Trump company wants to take over for all the for all the crypto treasury, ABTC, American Bitcoin Corp. So that's what they want to do. They want to have the most, but I know Sayer, it's going to be hard to beat him. He has 3% of Bitcoin. So that is pretty wild. And we'll see how much money that ABT can raise up there. So I'm sure that, or ABTC, it is ABTC. I'm sure they can raise a few dollars with Trump on the board. People will be throwing money into it, but we'll see how they can do. And here's Robinhood right here. They entered the S&P 500. Watch for this one tomorrow too. This one could get set up or running up a little bit more. It was running up in the after hours, but it could get curled up and try to run through is what I was going to say for Robinhood. So that did get into the S&P 500 right there. And let's see, I'm not sure who got knocked out. Who got knocked out of the S&P 500? I have no idea, to be honest with you. And Coinbase has been getting set up. That took a nice little dip right there. And that one, we'll see if it wants to dip down some more. And how about Bull right here? A little more of a dippage as well as it's getting set up. Space Virgin Galactic. I'm telling you guys, this one looks pretty good. They're trying to get rolling right there. I'm not sure what Space is doing, but it's trying to take off, as you can see. So keep your eye on SPCE because that looks pretty good. And how about Boeing right there pulling back? And that could have a little more pullback on it. And DJT had been setting up, and it is just pulling back a hair at the moment. So we'll see what that's up to tomorrow. And how about Fun? I'm telling you, this one's getting to be in a really good spot right there. Look at this thing. It wants to have some fun, regardless of what DJT wants to do, I think. And McDonald's had some pullback and ran up, and I think that'll be a little healthy. I think they just raised their like target price, or somebody did, maybe JP Morgan, I forget. I'm not even sure where I even saw that. But anyway, that is McDonald's. And Disney right here had been getting set up real well. And now that one is looking like it wants to maybe pull back to the 20 right there. But it's not looking bad to try to get rolled off. I wouldn't say Disney looks too bad right there, to be honest with you. That could easily get set up and get moving. And here's our Oxy and our ExxonMobil, and they were pulling back a little bit, and we'll see what's going on with them in the morning and see what's up with oil and gas there. But ExxonMobil took a nice dip as well, and we'll see if it was coming down to some trend lines in the 20, and it can bounce back up off the MACD right there. So we'll keep an eye on them two in the morning. So there you go with all them, and let's see what you guys want to look at. And what the score is, it is 7-3. Buffalo is beating Baltimore. And I am not sure how much time is left or what quarter it's in. So anyway, let's go ahead and see Mehmet, I think. I think that's how you say your name anyway. And SUPX, let's look at it right here. Super X AI Technology. Almost looks like a shell company right there. But it's a Singapore one that's been down and all of a sudden just started getting fired up there in August. Has some nice pullback there on Friday, as you can see. And let me take a better look at it right here for SUPX. I mean, it does appear like it's going to bounce right back off. I guess we'd have to really look at it tomorrow, see if it's going to bounce back down under here in that 41 area. It's in the 51s, and it did bounce up, went up another dollar or two or dollar or two in the after hours. But yeah, I think you're going to get a little bounce play. It ran in that top pretty well, and you just got some pullback, and it could be a little healthy right there. Nothing too crazy. I'm not familiar with it, so I have to write it down, SUPX, and take a look at it tomorrow. So we'll take a look at that one. And Luis Rodriguez and Doge Mama 9 and Laptop Travel, they all got a peek at Mr. Bear and Mr. Bull. They were on this earlier, so if you're just tuning in, you can check out the beginning of the show. We had them. And let's see what else is going on with Adobe and Tesla, both up in the overnight hours. So let's see what's up with them. And Adobe had been taking its time, just dipping down here. They have earnings coming up September 11th. Is that this Thursday already? Holy cow, guys. September 11th is this Thursday. How many years is that going to be? I'm trying to think. Was it 20? I can't even. What was it? 2001. So is this year going to be 25 years? That's what I was just thinking. But no, that wouldn't make sense. This year would have to be 24, right? I can't even do anything anymore with my brain. But anyway, yeah, that's crazy then. Holy mackerel. And so yeah, 9/11 will be on Thursday. So we'll be remembering all the victims of 9/11. That was a crazy day and a time that you'll never forget where you were, that's for sure. And let's see what Adobe is going to be doing this week here, and let's see what's up. It has earnings again on 9/11, and let's see. I mean, it is looking pretty good to try to roll right off there, isn't it? And it has been trying to get set up for a while. It just hasn't been able to do it. Let's see what these earnings. I think it is looking pretty good finally. Let's keep Adobe on our list right there. I know it's been off and on the list like a million times. That is looking pretty good right there, I must say. And let's see, the Prime Minister, we were talking about the Prime Minister of Japan is he got, what happened to him? I forget. He got fired or something, and somebody else got fired. I forget what we even said now. Anyway, something happened to him. What the heck happened to him? I gotta go check. I totally forget what we even said. What happened to that guy? I don't even see it on here. Holy cow. That happened at like 7:57. Oh yeah, there you go. The prime minister, he resigned. That's what happened, and someone else got fired. Now I was getting all confused. All right, so that guy, the Japan prime minister, resigned tonight, and so yeah, pretty wild right there. And let's see what else is going on. MPWR. What one is that one? MPWR, and that one is monolithic. I can't even say that. What the heck is that word? I don't even know. Something power system. Oh my goodness. What the heck is that word? It's a semi. It looks good. I can tell you that. MPWR, but don't ask me to name that company because forget about it. I don't even know what that word is. What the heck? Monolithic? Is that what you say? Monolithic power system, maybe? I don't even know. That Lord, I had to look at that thing for a while there to try to figure it out. Anyway, maybe that's what it's called. But MPWR, we'll call it that. It's easier. It was way up there, and it's not looking too bad, I must say. So that's one to keep an eye on for the morning. And QuantumScape right here, what are they up to? They've been down. I remember when it ran way up here. And that has a lot of crazy looks going on, doesn't it? QS right here, good old QuantumScape. Yeah, it does. That could easily be getting set up right there, Luis Rodriguez. So let's keep an eye on good old QS. And RKLB, isn't that road? Oh, no, what is that? Roadblocks or something? Rocket Lab. Yeah, that's it. Rocket Lab right here. And that had run up the other day, a little bit of pullback, but looks like it's trying to bounce right off that trend line. That's for sure for Rocket Lab. Yeah, it does. I wouldn't be surprised if that's curled up and moving tomorrow. And Samuel Adams released their Oktoberfest beer, and fall's officially here there. So there you go. It's Samuel Adams. And that one's looking pretty tasty, I must say. You know, we were looking at it not long ago, talking about it, and it does look pretty good right there. So I would say keep your eyes on good old Samuel Adams, Sam. And let's see, Toyota Motors. This is Luis Rodriguez's favorite one right here. As it works its way back up to that 200, you're probably going to bounce back off of there and come back down, but get ready for it to get moving. That's what it looks like anyway at that moment. But yeah, that's got like a week or two, and it will get cruising. I know, yeah, we were talking about the President Trump's ultimatum to Hamas, and so there you go. And PEW, that was looking pretty good, that Trump one right here. And that's Trump Jr. And this one's getting set back up. Remember that had dipped down there. And RKT is Rocket Mortgage right here. And Rocket Companies is rocketing up there, hitting a little resistance. I don't know if it'll get through right there, but it had been looking pretty good. You can see it's probably going to bounce down, but have a little bit of healthy pullback, and it's setting up to be pretty bullish as well. And how about Plug on Zach? Let's see what that's doing. Good old Plug Power. That had been looking really good right about there, and then just kind of fell apart on us. And it does look like it's pulling back a little bit more. we'll look and see tomorrow if that's getting to be bottomed out right there and what the 20 wants to do. It could kind of pull it up like a magnet, and we'll see what happens with plug right there, because it did look really good not like a couple days ago. And AVGO right here, we obviously looked at that one. It was running up there on Friday on the earnings, and we'll see if that one wants to continue. How about ARM right here? That one had been setting up a semiconductor one. That's a good one to keep an eye on right there, Luis Rodriguez, because I did like ARM. I did see that, and I forgot about it. So that's really good. And ASML right here. Let's see what they're up to. ASML Holding, and that's looking really good as well. So let's take a look and see on this chart. ASML. ML. There we go. Yeah, that's not looking bad off of that curl up right there. So definitely keep your eyes on that one. And let's see, what else do we have going on with REGN? If I type it in right, that was moving along. And let me take a better look at it right here for REGN. And yeah, it's probably going to hit this 20. I'll have to look at that tomorrow, Luis Rodriguez, get a better idea with that one. And let's see, Merck right here was looking really good. I had it on the list the other day, and that thing is trying to get bumped up there. So the drug manufacturers are not looking bad, and I know Merck was looking good, MRK. And again, had it on the list the other day. It was trying to set up there. So we'll be keeping an eye on good old MRK right there. Let's see what else. PAVM right here. PavMed. Oh, that's been pulling back into a good spot right there, and probably going to try to bounce off. I'll look at that tomorrow. Laptop Travel right there. PAVM. That could be a pretty decent one as well. Yeah, look at that thing. Should get rolling off of there. Looking good. So we'll keep an eye on that. And let's see, the Microsoft went down. ACRV right here. Acrovon Therapeutics. What's that up to right here? It was running up. I can tell that. And if it did that, it had to have curled up pretty well. And it certainly did just bounce right up. We'd have to look at that in the morning. It could have a little run up in the morning to keep that momentum. And Rapport Therapeutics, RAPP right here. That looked like it was pulling back, and then all of a sudden it just bounced right up there. You could see, and that thing did get cruising in the after hours. So that's another one to obviously keep an eye on for some momentum right there. And Ford, FORD, is not the car one, it's a footwear one, and it's Forward Industries. And Ford looks like it was jumping up and looks pretty healthy right there. And Sky Q, I remember this, Sky Quarry. And let's see what they're up to. They were jumping up. Oh, that one's getting set up as well, especially on that jump up on the after hours. You can tell that looked pretty good right there. So that should try to continue its way. And obviously tomorrow being a Monday is always tough. And this hour right here had been running up. We had seen this the other day on the scanners right here, and it jumped up. We saw it Thursday. It was running up there Friday pretty well. I know Laptop Travel mentioned it early in the Discord. We had talked about it that night, and bam, that thing was moving. So there you go with that one, and keep an eye on that for some momentum in the morning as well. And when is that Apple event? Still bullish on their Apple event Tuesday, and then sell the news. So there you go on Apple right there, and it is just sitting on that trend line. You absolutely could get a nice bounce up on that. I forgot about that Apple event, Laptop Travel. So thanks for the reminder. PC right here, Premium Catering. What is this doing? That was jumping up as well. And let's see, PC. It's politically correct right there. It's jumping up. It doesn't look bad. 679 to 953. It's at 803 right now. So yeah, that didn't look too bad at all. And that is PC. TNFA had that split right there. We were looking at it, started running up in the after hours. I actually saw that one just because we had it on our list. And that could be a good one right there. TNFA after the reverse split. And that was on the list right there. And let's see. Deep Soul Diving said he's only been trading the small caps. Notice Lulu dipped and was thinking of entering and made a bullish case on the stock twits and got attacked. Very controversial stock right there. Well, let's take a look at Lulu for you right here and see what they're talking about, because it did just dip pretty well. I know that. And there you go on Friday. and we were looking at it too. It didn't look bad back here, but then it started to fall apart real quick, and you can see it looked good, and then bam, just came right down. I don't like earnings. You guys know that. For that reason, is I can't ever tell. They look like they want to pop, they come down. They don't. They look like they want to come down, they pop, and then they beat the earnings, they come down, and then how do they? Not beat the earnings and then they go up? So it is bizarre, guys. I'm not gonna lie, and that is Lulu. And let's look at it this week right there. Deep Soul Diving. We'll see what's going on with it. It is way down there. It was jumping around, so it could be a great opportunity. Obviously, it just been trading in like the 190s, and now we're in the 160s down here. So let's definitely keep an eye on that one. And I see Rohan. How are you, Rohan Moore? And ETF. The easiest way I found to do is the Phantom wallet. And if you're not familiar with that, hit me up, shoot me a message, Rohan, on X, and I'll send you a video. There's a video of how to do it. I've made it, and it's a piece of cake. So if you want to know how to purchase the ETF, yeah, just shoot me a message, a DM on X, and I'll definitely contact you back. I don't know how to even message on YouTube. I tried to message. I think it was you, wasn't it? I'm almost positive because you had a question before, and I went to try to message you, and I couldn't even figure out how to do it on YouTube. But yeah, on X, if you go on there on X and hit me up, I will definitely respond. But there is a video; it should be on my YouTube, as a matter of fact, on how to buy it, and I go through how to do it. I'll look. I'll have to look, Rohan, but you can check it out. I'm pretty sure there is. I have to look. Hold on. Let me see. Isn't there a playlist that says ETF right there? Oh, I didn't want to play that thing. Hold on. Yep, there we go. Hold on. I'll post it for you right here. There is one. Here we go, Rohan. I'll post it right in the comments for you. Oh shit! Of course. What did I just? I hope that was it. I think I hit the wrong thing, but that should be it right there. I think. Hold on. I don't even know if I just I hit something when I went to go what did I even click? A paste and match style, I think I hit. So here. Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, that should be right. Okay. Just making sure. All right. So yeah, that link right there should be it. And so yeah, there you go. And you found my video after I tried to spend hours last spring. Yeah, I made that video. And then if you have any questions, Rohan, be sure to hit me up, and I will take care of you and figure that out for you. It's not a problem. And let's see what else. Yeah, Phantom Wallet's definitely the easiest one, Rohan, for the ETF. And we'll go through crypto in a minute. Monolithic, yes, is that company I was talking about? I forgot what it even was. MPWR, that was it, right? Monolithic. There you go. Laptop Travel had to break it down into 2 words for me. And Doge Mama 9, how are you? Hope you had a good weekend. And let's see what you have. GNW, Genworth Financial. And that one, let's see, it might be pulling back a little bit more. It's sitting on the 20. It looks like it wants to pull back a little bit more. Let me jot that one down for you tomorrow, because that one has that weird look like it could go either way. It does look like it wants to pull back just a slight bit right there. CX is Cemex SAB. Not familiar with that one. It's a Mexican one. Mexico building materials. It does look like it wants to run up some more right there in the top. I must agree with that. So that one looks pretty healthy to try to continue that momentum. I know Capper was way down, or what? No, it was way down and started to bounce up on Friday. I do remember. I was going to say, I remember it was way down there, and Capper is looking pretty good right there for Capricorn Therapeutics. So definitely keep an eye on that. I meant to jot it down. I did see that earlier when I was going through the scanner. So let me jot down CAPR right there, because that one's looking good. And let's look and see what else is going on here. And let me see. I know Doge Mama 9 had a couple more. Yep. Let me see. In IINN, I remember going through in Spirit Technologies. Let's see if it can get through it. Oh, that one does look like it's having that hard curl up. These ones are good ones right here. That does look like it wants. I mean, look how close that is right there. It looks like it's trying to bounce up. It's right there. I mean, holy cow. I'd be surprised if it doesn't jump up on that 20 and 50 right there and get in. So that's what it looks like. And we did look at hour. And again, that one looks like it is going to try to continue up in the beginning hours in the morning. So you might want to look at hour loop right there. And if you're up early in the morning, we'll go from there. But it had been jumping up. And that PRSO is at Paraso. And I know that jumped up there because I saw that. And PAPL is that Pineapple one, and that jumped up. Pineapple Financial. So there you go with them guys. And let's see what else is going on. And what else? You don't think you can message on YouTube? I don't think so either. Deep Soul Dive, and like I said, I tried to look the one time because I'm pretty sure it was Rohan had a question, and I went to look, and then I was like, I can't figure this out, and I spent a little while, and I was like, I don't think you can message on here, can you? And anyway, so that's that, and let's take a look. We already looked and saw what our news was doing. Let's go ahead and look at our crypto real quick and see what's going on. Bitcoin was at 110, 111. It was just bouncing around right there for the most part this weekend. As you can see, it wasn't doing a whole lot, which is perfectly fine because it recently crossed through 20s coming down, and it is getting set up. And remember, we said it had a little bit of time. Ethereum's just going to get curled up and start rolling right there, and Solana's just going to get curled up and start rolling again. You can see it on that 20. It doesn't want to come down, that's for sure. And this Ripple is definitely getting set up, and it's getting real close to getting cruising, guys. So you might want to keep an eye on Ripple. And how about Doge? That actually looks real good too. Look at Doge. Looks like it wants to jump up for some reason. Cardano right here isn't looking too bad to get set up. And let's look at Stellar right here. It had been leveling out, and that thing looks like it wants to try to curl up and get rolling. So keep an eye and see if it does. Chainlink pulling back a little bit. We'll let it get down to that 50 and try to get the 20 back down for it. And Optimism right here isn't looking bad for some optimistic running very, very soon. So there you go for OP, your crypto. And let's take a look and see. I know ETF was way down there. I'm telling you guys, it's at the very, very bottom that you can basically be at right now. It's at like a 538 market cap. Is way down. I would say we're at the bottom. And I would say we start buying it up and getting it cruising, guys, because I'm telling you, we could make some serious bank on this bad boy. If we do, it's already bonded. It's ready to roll. It's ready to cruise. Let's get it moving now. I think this is the time as crypto is about to get rolling into them channels. This is what I was talking about before. You get in the right channels, the right timing, and you get it moving, and it'll just, the momentum will pull it with it. So that's what we want to see happen. And I do think this is a great opportunity way down here, especially if you're not even in it. Holy cow, you're in the best opportunity ever. Because I mean, it could easily just start flying up there, and you know it can happen. Then it just, I mean, you can buy so much of it so cheap too. So it's definitely a great opportunity there for your ETF 500. So there you go with that one. And let's see what else is going on. We'll go ahead and look over here in the market, our open door. I already went through and saw most of it. And XTT in the video right there. There's that hour. Soxus is the bear semiconductor. Let's just take a quick look and see what it was doing over here. And it is just kind of pulling back. Nothing too crazy with that one. And that's that Paraso. It jumped up there. And let me see if anything else grabs my attention. That ISPC is that iSpecimen. We were talking about that the other day. Genprex right here wasn't too bad on Friday as well. And there's your Snapchat SoundHound. And this one was dipping down, YAAS. And American Airlines just kind of hanging out, getting trying to get ready. It looks like it's pulling back. Rivian not too bad right there. And there's that V Power Cats or some Twin V Power Cats. And let's see if we see anything over here, because like I said, I already kind of went through and took a pretty good look at things to see what was going on. And you have your PRSO right there, your VEE, your hour. PT looks like it's pulling back at that moment. Did pop up there. I have to look at the other chart on that PT. Let's see. Yeah, that one did pop up there. I didn't notice it because they don't move the thing, and I didn't see where's the purple at. It does not show it there. Where is it? Oh, it's like off the screen, guys. That's why it shot off. and it's only up to 110. So it's all the way up there. That's why I didn't notice, because I do look for the purple now because they've added that, and I was like, where'd that go? 'Cause, yeah, it's right there, and you can see V drop down. So there you go. That one shot right off the chart. And Skag right here doesn't look too good or look too bad. I mean, that looks like it was a whatever what the hell are they called? Shell company, that's what it's called. And it's odd. It's a farm and heavy construction, but it does look like it was a shell company or something weird. And this thing trying to get moving. So keep an eye on your Skags right there. And let's see what else is going on. And yeah, we're gonna get cranked up with the Discord, that's for sure. I'm going to be jumping in there at 4 a.m. Everybody's going to be getting in there. 500 hours of ETF gets you 930,000 tokens. Holy cow. That's pretty wild right there. You get almost 1 million tokens with 500 hours. That's pretty good. And so, yeah, thanks, Laptop Travel. I'd say it's definitely bottomed out there, and we're going to get that bad boy cranking. That's for sure. So, go ahead and check that out. And let's see what else we have going on. And the game's back on. It is the second quarter. It just started. A little pushing and shoving. Baltimore's up 10-7 now over Buffalo. So there you go with your NFL update. And let's see what else is happening over here. Let me take a look and see if we do see anything else. I know there was just all coins basically trending, so I didn't see anything crazy over there. And I'm just taking a look and seeing over on the X page, I do see Laptop Travel posted the overnight leaderboard right here, and let's see what it is. ROBN right there. What is that? That hood one? Or is that what that is? Yeah, hood long right here. Let's see, that jumped up. So there you go with that one. That one's got to be popping. Let's see. ROBN. And yeah, that thing's trying to pop up there for Robinhood, because that was popping up and made it to the S&P 500. And Hood right there, the Dowie leverage. What is it? H what? OOG? Yeah, there you go. And that thing is just kind of pulling back. Let it bottom out right there. So there's a couple. I retweeted them out. That MSOS, the cannabis one right here, has been looking pretty good. And they had pulled back, but that's going to get curled back up. And AppLovin, we had said, is moving there. That might be the best one probably out of them all. And my size right here, is that? No, that's a micro strategy. But my size was jumping up. We were looking at it the other day. Remember, we were talking about the other day, and there you go. It was looking pretty good, my size, and it did pop up there on Friday. I did see that. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a pretty good Sunday market review right there. And we even had some pretty fun guests, special guests at the beginning, Mr. Bull and Mr. Bear. They'll join the show, and we'll have a little bit of fun with them. And your 1 a.m. days are limited. Will likely be up tonight. Filled up on your Z's right there, huh? Deep soul diving. And the Falcons lost today. The fix is no more. That's funny. That's pretty funny, Luis Rodriguez. And so, yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed their NFL. It kicked off this week, obviously, and games on right now. Like I said, Baltimore just scored again, I think, because it's 16-7. So in their way up, they did just score another touchdown. So there you go. You guys can go and enjoy that game, and we will hop off in a few moments. We did go through crypto. That's getting set up. ETF 500's way down, and in a perfect opportunity, I must say. We went through a lot of good ones, the Laptop Travel list and our Jolie's Jams, and of course our Spy Mag 7 and everything that you guys wanted to see. And just a quick summary for everyone. Laptop Travel posted in the Discord his overnight watch list and his deep dive research coming up with upcoming catalysts and a lesson guide on how to use hotkeys in trading. So there you go. And I'd say you're getting 110% of your value in the Discord. That is for sure. We smash it on every level in there, guys. It's crazy. And I'll be on there in the 4 a.m. hours. And again, I'm going to be handing you guys some beautiful setups, because that's my specialty, obviously. And the penny stocks just aren't really running 100%, so we won't really worry about them until they get fired up. That's when, we pick them out and they get cruising again. We don't really have to worry about it, because we'll pick out the rest of the market, and we have plenty of them to pick out. So I will give you guys some great setups so you can run some options and make some good, easy money with. So we'll be on at 4 a.m. Well, we'll be trading at 4 a.m. I don't know if we'll be live at 4 a.m. on here, but we will be trading at 4 a.m. So if you're have any questions about the Discord, feel free to hit me up on X or anything else you have a question about. Go ahead and hit me up. I will respond to everybody. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll definitely be looking at that Snapchat in the morning. That's for sure. Luis Rodriguez, that is looking good. And a bunch of others. Like I said, that APP, Adobe's not looking bad. And there's a few others that are looking pretty good going into this week. That's for sure. And it still looks like that setup week. And obviously, we're going to see them rates get cut real soon. I'm not sure exactly today when the Fed speaks or anything, but we will be seeing them this month. We do know that for a fact. And there you go. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to follow along on X and YouTube and Instagram and all that good stuff. And be sure to like the show. And we'll be on at 7 a.m. That's for pre-market. We do that every Monday through Friday. And, of course, we do this show every Sunday through Thursday night. And now we'll be doing it at 8 p.m. and getting done when we were just starting. So, yeah, it's 9:15 just about. And we're going to be hopping off. So if you're just hopping on here, be sure to catch the replay. It's on YouTube and X and everywhere else that we broadcasted on and Facebook. So go ahead, check it out. And if you're just tuned in, we did have two special guests at the beginning, Mr. Bull, Mr. Bear, and we'll have them come hang out every once in a while and have a little fun with that. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Greatly appreciate everybody hanging out. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. Go ahead and enjoy the NFL game if you're into the NFL game. If not, get some rest or study some charts because we'll be up early and now in the 4 a.m. And I'm not sure if it starts off right at 4 a.m. after a Sunday. I got to ask Laptop Travel that, as a matter of fact. So we'll definitely have to give him I'll give him a shout and ask you. Laptop Travel, does it usually start at 4 a.m. on us after Sundays? I'm not even sure because I usually don't trade it, but let me know so I know if we're getting up at 3:45 and going to be crushing the market. And right now, given the markets may be a little overbought situation, feel the large caps are not the place to look at, but we should be looking at the small caps within the absolutely an IWM. I was looking at that earlier, actually, right there, and it isn't looking too bad. So there are plenty of opportunities, that's for sure, and we will be nailing them every which way. So, and the September 17th it is. So that's a Wednesday right there is the Fed meeting. So thank you, Luis Rodriguez. So it's a Wednesday. So, yeah, I'm telling you, and that's exactly like what the market looks like it wants to be stalled up for, and then it wants to get set up and get booming. So that's what it looks like at the moment. We'll be keeping an eye on the IWM and some of them small caps. And obviously things like Open Door, that's considered a small cap right here as their market caps continuing to run up, though. It's getting crazy. But again, we saw it at like the 50 cents or below that. So it's running up over the $6 range now and heading towards 7 right there. So there you go, everybody. That's what we do on this show and every night and every morning at 7 a.m. So I'll see you guys in the morning at 7. So be sure to tune in and we'll see what's going on in the market. We'll crush everything and we'll be on at 4 a.m. in the Discord for our 4 a.m. Warriors and make sure that we crush that as well. And it's going to be exciting, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. And so, yeah, just buckle up because you might have a week or two left and then this market's going to get wild. Crypto's about to get cruising and everything's going to get fun. So we will have a great time together, and we'll even have Mr. Bear and Mr. Bull to join us every once in a while. And there you go. So just to end, Baltimore 17, Buffalo 7, 8:20 left in the second quarter. So go ahead, enjoy the rest of the football game. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. And I will catch you guys in the morning. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And I will see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a good night, everybody.